Hey everyone, so today in this video I'm going to do baby's 1 year update, and I cannot believe it's been a year. It's been very fast. She's actually a year and 2 weeks, and so I'm kind of doing this a little bit late, but she just had her well child visit, so I wanted to wait for that. And I think we actually did a video on her birthday, or the day before, the day after her birthday, like within like her actual birthday, but I think that video turned out to be kind of wonky. So what I'm going to do, the way I'm going to do this video is we got a like little kind of after well child visit summary, and I'll kind of just go over it. I just think it's interesting the things that they talk about, kind of like where she's at and things like that. So the first thing that they usually do at a well child visit is they check their height, their weight, and their length. And for her height and her weight, she's slightly over 50%, about 50%. But what's really funny is her head circumference is like nearly 100%. So there's a very big kind of disconnect there. And I'm thinking kind of like maybe that's why it took her so long to roll over, or, you know, kind of because her head is just so big. So that's kind of a good sign, I guess. That's what my mom says. It's a good sign that her head is big. She did have 5 shots for this well child visit. I think the last one she didn't have any, which was the 9-month, and I think the 6-month, I'm not sure. I don't think she had, I think she might have had, I can't even remember, but this one she had 5. 4 of them were just like the normal, you know, regular vaccinations, and then the 5th one was the flu shot. And for babies, or I think children under 3 years old maybe, they have to do the flu shot twice. So within a month, or not within a month, a month after she takes the first one, she needs to get what they call a booster shot. So I have to remember to bring her back in. Thankfully, you know, like the doctor's office and stuff like that, and they have several locations. They have flu clinics, so it's just walk in. I don't need to, you know, like set an appointment or anything like that. My other daughter, my older daughter, I need to get her to do the flu shot. I am a total, like when I took baby to her 1 year well child visit, I just went upstairs and got the flu shot myself. Like once the flu shot comes out, like I always want to get it right away, just because it's like I don't want to have to deal with the flu. And I know it doesn't always work, but I just rather, you know, just get it and get it over with. And thankfully, I didn't get any reactions. It was a little sore for me. The baby, thankfully, also didn't get any reactions. For one of the shots, the nurse said that she could potentially get a rash. Oh no, the doctor said this, I think. She could potentially get a rash. So I wouldn't have to worry about it. I just have to, you know, put a band-aid on it so she doesn't scratch it or whatever, and like kind of spread it around. And she might display some symptoms of sickness, which thankfully she also did not display. She has been totally fine. Her arms, you don't even notice it. So I'm very thankful for that. So I'm just gonna go read on this, and then after that I will like continue on some other like developmental things that I've noticed around this age. So transition to cow's milk. So I miraculously made it to 1 year in terms of breastfeeding, and she's actually still breastfeeding. And the thing is, I'm currently not working. I'm looking for work, so I am home all the time. So I think it's hard to wean her from the breastfeeding as I am home. So I'm not going to try that hard to like be like no, because the doctor said, you know, because I asked her, you know, what advice you have to wean her, and she said, you can just wean her cold turkey. You can just say, you know, no, you can have cow's milk, or you can have just water, and you can just say no, the shop is closed, you know, things like that. But I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm going to wait. I know that once I get back to work, I know it'll be easier to I know it'll just be easier to wean her. Like even today, her sister woke up and she's like all distracted. Normally, like first thing in the morning, I feed her. Like that's like first thing in the morning that happens. But I changed her diaper because she took a little poop, and then she was kind of like running after her sister, and I gave her some cereal and water like I normally do in the morning. And she didn't seem to look for milk, so that was like, oh, maybe I'm starting to wean her. But then she like shortly after looked for milk. But I think that's just gonna be how it is. And I think, like I said, once I get back to work and I'm not in the house, like visibly in her presence, she's not going to need it as much. So that's how I'm going to that's how I think I'm gonna try it. And the doctor said that I can give her whole milk, but she did say that if she's not interested in whole milk, that's completely fine. Like, she does not need to drink whole milk, or a cow's milk. And as long as she's getting like 3 servings of, you know, dairy or calcium foods a day, then that is completely fine, which kind of just completely blows my mind, because my older daughter was like all about milk. She drank so much milk, and to the point that, you know, my doctor said, or her doctor said, that I need to cut back on her milk, and which is kind of interesting now, because my older daughter just turned 5 years old and she drank all this milk, so we cut down to 3, and sometimes a 4th cup of milk would creep in every once in a while and things like that. And now it's like hard to get her to drink even 3. Like, usually in the morning, that's like all she wanted to eat or whatever, drink. Now she can't even finish half a cup of milk, honestly. So it's just these changes that they go through, and like the differences between your first child and your second child, it's just very interesting. So like I said, she gets plenty of dairy. She gets yogurt. She eats lots of yogurt and ricotta cheese and regular cheese, so I'm not worried about her calcium intake at all. I did stop the multivitamin that she was taking, and the doctor said that she should take, you know, half a children's vitamin, but it's so hard, and she knows how to spit food out. So I'm wondering if I should get her a liquid vitamin D supplement, just because it's just easier. So I have to like follow up with my with her, the pediatrician, to ask her about that. Okay, gross, you know, the developmental skills that they list here. Gross motor skills: take steps while holding onto furniture. The baby can actually walk all by herself. She started walking a little after she turned 11 months, and now she's like pretty pro at it. So I'm very happy to see that. It says, and may take steps alone with legs wide apart. She's completely walking, so I'm happy about that. Her shoes, though, harder to walk in her shoes for sure. Fine motor skills: points and puts one object inside another. Yeah, she definitely does that. She can definitely use her fingers. She kind of put things together, like if there's like two plastic eggs, she could put those together. She just wants to put things together, like a lid on a jar, or like a lid on a box, things like that. She has like a little cooking set, so she'll like cook on the stove of the kitchen set, and she'll put the pot on, and then she'll put some food in, and then she'll like put the lid on. And she actually knows that if the lid doesn't go on, if there's too much food, she can take some of the food out and then put it back on. Put the lid on. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm always forgetful that she's 1 year old and all the things that she can actually do. Like, I'm just always surprised. Language: may say one or more meaningful words and or sounds. The words she can say: mama, she could say papa, which is her grandmother. She can say kind of jeje sometimes, which is like older sister, but even though we don't call her that much, but sometimes she can say that. She can say like yogurt and mango, and she'll like do this really cute thing with her lips where she go yo go 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 like that. And she understands a lot of words, more than she can say. Like if I say go to your chair, she knows water, she knows clean up, she knows we have like a whole music thing, she knows books, she knows shower. She loves to take a shower. I say it's time to take a shower, and she like goes right to the bathtub. So she understands a lot of words. When I say go get your shoes, time to go out, she's so eager to get out. And so yeah, so she does that. Encourage speech and name common objects and pictures. So right now we are reading, hold on. Right now we are reading this book. Well, this is one of the books that we read, and she likes to like flip through this like a maniac. And that's another thing. I started reading to her shortly after 11 months, and she loves to read. It's part of our nighttime routine, and she loves reading. And talk constantly to your baby and allow time for him or her to respond. And that was actually one thing that the doctor said, that when you have 2 children, the older child might answer the question or talk in place of the baby, and that's why second children sometimes can speak at a later age, because of the older sibling kind of speaks for them. So that's something that I need to keep an eye out on. And social, enjoy social games such as peekaboo. Yes, we don't play peekaboo that much, but yes. Waves may play a simple game of ball. Yes, she likes to, you know, throw the ball, catch it, you know, throw the ball. She starts to like kicking it too, because she can walk around and she likes doing that. Loves an audience and applause. Yes, she definitely goes like, yay! She definitely likes that. Yeah. So nutrition, it says breastfeeding may continue as long as the mother and baby are enjoying this relationship of giving milk, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I talked about feeding. Safety, using a rear-facing infant car seat. Yes. Now with my older daughter, she was always in the 100th percentile or above, and I could not wait until she turned 1 year old because I wanted to switch the car seat forward-facing, because her legs kept hitting the seat. With this baby, I have no problem with that at all. She still has plenty of room rear facing, so we're gonna keep her rear facing. So that is just another interesting thing, and it's the same car, it's the same car seat. So my older daughter is just a lot a bigger baby. If you have guns at home, no, we don't have guns. Poison control, we have that up. Sunblock, sleep. Establish a predictable and pleasant bedtime routine. Once put to bed, your child should stay there. And yes, thankfully, the pediatrician was very adamant and very good at teaching me how to sleep train her. And I think I started sleep training her probably around the 6-month mark. And nighttime routine right now is just so amazing. And what it basically consists of brushing her teeth, changing her diaper. And I tell her older sister too that it's quiet time when I come in here and change her. And then I come to sit in this chair, and I have books on my desk. My desk is like right here. And right now we have a selection of 4 books. We increased it. And so I only read 2 books. So I started off with 2 books, and then I added another book, and then I added another book, and then I kind of lay it flat in front of me, and or in front of us. She sits on my lap, and I lay it flat in front of us, and she can choose which book, and she points to the one that she wants. And the first one, for the most part, she generally chooses this one as the first one. And the other 2 books that we have in the mix, I don't know where the other one is, but we just added this to the mix, Toes, Ears, and Nose, by illustrated by Karen Katz, Marianne Dane Bauer. This is a very popular book. The Very Hungry Caterpillar, this is a popular book, and I don't know, oh, here's the other one. And this is the other one, Babies. This is a pretty cheesy book, but I got it from the doctor's office with my first daughter. So I read, and then I finish, I turn off the light, and I use like a dim light when I do it at night. And then I turn off the light, I hold her for like 1 to 2 minutes max, and then she knows and it will expect for me to put her down. I tap her butt a couple times, which might not even be necessary, but I do it, and I close the door, and she's down. She is totally fine. Her bedtime is around 8:30. Toys and play, read to your baby often, talked about that. Enjoys, you know, board books with large pictures, blocks, nesting toys, simple shaped sorters and peg boards, balls, push and pull toys, soft cuddly toys, dolls, stuffed animals. So stuffed animals, she's not really that interested. She loves the trampoline. I got my older daughter for her birthday a tent. She loves going in and out of the tent. I think the baby likes the tent more than my older daughter. And she'll just go in and out. I think that's what she really likes. She likes to play in the kitchen. Puzzles, she's still not great at puzzles, or doesn't have that much interest. She does like balls, and like I said, she doesn't really like stuffed animals that much. She does like Mega Blocks and like big sister right now is all into her little My Little Ponies, so she wants to play with that. I have been doing crayons with her and stickers, so she knows how to peel off the sticker and put it on the paper and even like tap it onto the paper to make sure that it sticks. She loves to play music. We have this whole like music set that I got from my friend like Melissa and Doug, so she loves to do that. Discipline, you need to set limits because your baby cannot yet control him or herself. As your baby gets more mobile, she will find opportunities that are unsafe or otherwise off limits. And it says, I'm not going to read this whole thing. She says, remember the word discipline means teaching, it does not mean punishment. And it says, key to discipline is not punishment but reward. Smile and praise your baby when she does something right. Be consistent. Watch that you're not saying no to your child all day long. Save it for you know, special times or whatever. It says, instead of saying no, get down, say chairs are for sitting, the floor is for standing. So temper tantrums. Tantrums occur when the child is becoming more independent and exerting control. It's a sign of normal development. Yelling, spanking, and throwing a tantrum yourself are not helpful. So others, okay, some parents find ignoring a tantrum works best. Others remove children from the situation and place them alone in their room or in a corner for a short time. Falls and bumps. Your active and inquisitive child will have frequent bumps and falls. Most do not require medical attention. If swelling develops, use ice or a cold compress. Seek medical attention if your child becomes unconscious, blah, blah, blah. And that's basically it. That's basically it from this aftercare summary. And let me see, in terms of brushing teeth, the doctor also said that I can start brushing her teeth with fluoride, like fluoride toothpaste, like the ones that like kids toothpaste, and just a little bit, just squeeze a little bit on. If they swallow just the tiniest bit, that's okay. I'm not going to share it with her older sister, so I do need to run to the store to get her own tube, and I'll probably have to label them. And she loves drinking water. She finally has learned how to drink out of a sippy cup, which is good. I'm going to continue to try to offer her cow's milk, but I need to get her a spill-proof cup. Right now she's using these like take and toss, which are great. I love them, but they do, you know, she flips it over like purposely. It does drip. I don't really care that much about water, but milk I obviously will care about if milk gets all over the place. And sleep, yeah, so she's sleeping throughout the night for the most part, and she is waking up around, I would say, 6 or 7. It's kind of early. Sometimes she wakes up a little after, you know, after 7, but that's around the time. She doesn't need a full 12 hours of sleep. I don't think she sleeps a full out 12. She does not sleep a full 12 hours. And she does have teeth. I think she has like 4 teeth at the top and two at the bottom. And I see the molars coming in, and sometimes she'll gnaw on her thumb and stuff like that. So, but for teething has not been that big of a deal. Sometimes she's cranky, but for the most part she's okay. Food wise, she's pretty good. Yeah, food wise she's fine. And anything else? I'm trying to think anything else. And look at who we have here. Look at who's here. So I think that's about it. I just wanted to show baby. Do you want to say anything, baby, huh? Do you want to say hi? I think you took a dump, didn't ya? You took a bath and then you took a dump, didn't ya? So I think that's it. This video has been very long, I know. And this is how long her hair is. I have not cut her hair except her bangs. I think I cut her bangs twice. And that is it, baby. Right? Do you want to say anything else, baby? Huh? You are a little stinky, aren't ya? Can you say hi? Hi. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in our next video, I guess. Well, maybe not her, but thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. And I guess that is it. All my social media links are down below, and we will see you later. Bye! Oh, she can give a kiss too. You want to kiss? This is how we do it. Oh, kiss. Kiss. You say bye. You say bye.